They just needed to have one or two breaks go their way.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you know, both teams I thought played well enough to win the ball game, and yet it doesn't work out that way. There are no ties, so unfortunately they were the ones who came up short.
Now here's Leonard. He's coming off a 16-point game against Oklahoma City.
And I thought the contribution he made by just generating contact.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Mucho gusto, and welcome to Noche Latina on 2K Sports. From the jerseys to the food to the halftime entertainment tonight, a distinctive Latin flavor. Along with Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Western Conference battles, always fun. This time, it's the San Antonio Spurs intent on protecting home court. Last time they came together was in Los Angeles, where they fell to the Clippers. That was their second loss in 2 games. Now they've got a chance to turn the tide and get back on course.
Yeah, not a very inspired performance for them, particularly when they were defending. They just gave that hostile crowd plenty to cheer for.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jump shots. And in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was through the roof. You can't win if your defense isn't better than that.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Paul out there with Jay, and it's Navarro in at the small forward. Shoots a fader, and again the Clippers good for 2.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
Aldridge a screen. And Leonard has it in the corner. They need this, and it's denied. And he recovers it. Over Navarro. And Leonard gets it to go.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And it's just hard to imagine the Spurs without Coach Popovich on the sidelines. He's the longest tenured coach in the NBA and has done so much for this team. Easily one of the best coaches in the history of our league.
Here's Leonard following the basket by Blake Griffin. Parker outside. Blake Griffin pulls it in.
The shots aren't dropping yet. They've missed 4 of their first 5 shots.
Paul right side from outside the arc.
Good. Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Now here's Parker. 11-point game his last outing. Wasted no time on that one.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play him.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Now, a short time ago, I had a chance to catch up with Greg Popovich. We talked about the difficulties of facing a player like Chris Paul, and he said that what makes Paul so incredible is his court vision. He explained that there haven't been many players like Paul who can pick a defense apart with both his passing ability and his patience in the offensive sets, saying really, he can just wait you out until he sees a weakness, and that's where he attacks.
And as always, Doris, thank you. The Los Angeles Clippers coming to this one after the win against Cleveland.
And across the board in that game, guys, they shot the lights out.
Rarely do you see a team shoot like that from everybody. I mean, they were getting scoring from every position all over the court.
Now here's Parker following the miss by Griffin. Here's Leonard, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Here's Navarro, who's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
San Antonio with the ball. The Clippers getting the bucket. Duncan dishes to Parker. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist. Parker's got his second basket of the night.
Tim Duncan, even in his advanced years, showing you that great vision and still getting it done. Nice pass.
They double him with Green. And then Griffin with the dunk.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense is giving him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
A shot by Paul, nobody around. Another one falls for the Clippers.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
They played well enough to win that game. It really could have gone either way.
Yeah, you've got to play the entire 4 quarters. I mean, they played well for 3.5 quarters, and that's just not enough. You can't expect to win if you don't play a full game.
Now here's Parker. He has 7. Leonard kicks to Duncan. Back to Leonard. Got a piece of it. Here's Navarro. The second effort. Paul with the 3. Can't get it to go. And the Spurs going the other way now. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
Clippers leading by 10. Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir. Griffin's shot is good.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
And for the Clippers and flopping, part of it might just be reputation. Whenever anyone hits the deck on their team, fans might be quick to kind of condemn that as a flop. And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we've got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
Here's Leonard. The Clippers getting the bucket. He dishes it to Parker. Nice D from Griffin.
You know, the Clippers were the darlings of the NBA as they improved and made strides, but I think the flopping has kind of diminished that now, that love affair. Being labeled a group of floppers can certainly stifle your popularity.
Now here's Parker. He has 7. Green, no luck.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. West is checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Manu Ginobili's checked in for Green. It's Mills in for Parker. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for the Spurs. Well, the Spurs just don't go on losing streaks very often, Greg. One perk of being a talented veteran group.
Yeah, how about the Spurs lost 4 games in a row twice last year. Over the last decade before that, Kevin, they had only lost 4 games in a row twice. Unbelievable.
Spurs trail by 10. Now, here's Mills. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And so the ball's out of bounds. Ginobili touched it last. Well, always some very sneaky defenders on the wings in the NBA. And since the All-Star break, no players have been better at setting traps than these small forwards. Well, you look at Jay, always dangerous on the court. He leads the league.
He is a pest out there on the wing. One slip of concentration, one careless pass, and he'll be going the other way.
Well, the combo of quickness and smarts is what he's got. I mean, you'd be hard-pressed to come up with another small forward who makes as much of an impact with his defense as he does.
Here's Ginobili. He makes the Johnny from the left block. Ginobili's got his first 2 points of the night.
Not much defense to speak of yet here, guys.
Nope, it's been all offense, fellas, all the time here early.
Picked by Griffin. A baseline J. Anderson with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. Four on the clock. Navarro, the pass to Navarro.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, Greg, making them count in the early going here.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
That drops.
What a pass by the fearless Manu Ginobili. Great teamwork.
Here's Navarro, covered by Mills. Here's Griffin. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Griffin's got 10.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Now here's Anderson. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Here's Navarro. It's rebounded by West.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Ginobili can't hit.
Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
And Mills kicks to Ginobili. Lets the 3 fly. Again, the miss by Ginobili. Clippers leading by 10.
And they keep going down low with the ball and keep getting positive results.
Extremely positive. I mean, this is a very nice lead to have early in the ball game.
Now here's Mills. D right on him. Pass to West. To the wing right side. Diaw, the screen. Off the pick. And Griffin sends it back. Here's Navarro. And the layup's good off the glass. Jay's got it, got 14.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Shot's good.
Boy, they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 12. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter.